Hello, welcome to another Burgundy with Tweedy video. Sorry, just in my back garden, don't quite have time to get out to a more scenic location today. I have some Gevrey Chambertin here from the spoils of vice, I'm afraid. I was sitting in a pub the other day, bragging to a friend about the fact I was sitting in a pub rather than working, watching a bit of Cheltenham Festival, and she asked me to put on a bet for her, which then promptly lost. She sort of knew that I would never accept the cash in return because, you know, it's a bit unseemly, isn't it? Friends exchanging cash. So instead she sent a bottle. This is a producer I have had some experience with before. Was it possibly a Bourgogne Haute Côte de Nuit? Is that going to be that corner, or is it going to be that corner? I'll put a link up to that. But I have not had the Gevrey Chambertin from Bichot. It's a sort of split personality disorder wine because it also says Domaine du Clos Frantin, which I think is a domain owned by Bichot. I'm guessing Bichot is a fairly large producer because this is sold in places like Waitrose Cellar. I'm not sure where my friend ordered it from. The specific vineyard is Les Murots. As I often go on about, I am very fond of 2017 as a vintage, so it was a bit of luck that my friend, who purports to know nothing of Gevrey Chambertin, happened to pick that particular vintage. Sort of darkish colour there. It's one of those ones which starts with a tiny whiff of something almost like icing sugar. That normally doesn't last very long when it is there. Now we're getting some of that dark and red fruit, as the tasting notes suggested it would. And that's rather nice on the palate, actually. It's quite condensed, pretty good acidity, quite on the zingy side, I would almost say, not in a bad way. There's a slight sort of sanguinous quality to it. Still getting a tiny bit of that icing sugary kind of note, which isn't bad, it's not a bad thing. Maybe there is something ever so slightly sort of meaty or sanguinous on the nose as well. It's fairly dry, tannins relatively soft. Yeah, that's quite nice. Pretty happy with that. Quite a smooth sort of mouthfeel to it. Not sure if the word silky comes to mind as usual, but I would say sort of glassy. Which sounds weird, doesn't it? I'm probably into word soup territory here, but it's smooth in the way that a hard thing like glass is smooth, rather than smooth in the way that a soft thing like silk is smooth. Does that make sense? Getting a bit more of that sort of darker fruit. Now, I remember that, I think from that Bourgogne Haute Côte de Nuit, that there was quite a lot of, I think it was quite blackcurranty, if I recall correctly. Only the second time I've tried anything from Bichot, but I'm guessing that's a bit of their house style, that they tend to, fruit-wise, veer on the sort of darker fruit, more kind of blackcurrant side of things. Not so obviously cherry here. It's not bad for a wine that I feel like I got for free. Cheers.